Hi you guys, Kimberly here. I have been really busy. I had some insomnia last night and I was up until 4 in the morning, and then of course I got up with the girls and we had our regular day, and I've been messing around with hearts today. So I watched a few videos, and I don't know if you guys are aware of this new embellishment with these fringed hearts, but if you haven't heard of them, I'm sure that you're going to. So I watched a few videos, and I think that they are really cute, and my first one was this one, and it turned out okay. I'm not real happy with it. Of course, it was my first one, so it's far from perfect. But nonetheless, it's still cute. It was just kind of my test run, so it was just on some white cardstock. I cut out my heart. This is a 1.5. Now, most of the fringed, I believe they're calling them fringed hearts, that I've seen, they are doing like 3-inch, which would be this size. Well, you know me, I like to do things smaller because I like for them to fit on smaller projects. Most of the things that I do are smaller. ATCs, pocket letters, that type of stuff. So I, of course, needed to go smaller. And as you can see over here on this side of my desk, this is something that if you want me to show you how I did these, I most definitely will. And just let me know by hitting the like button, and then I'll do a video of this. But what we're going to concentrate in this video is, of course, I had to do the fringed hearts in washi tape. I did this one, and it came to me, it's like, gee, I can do this in washi tape. This one's done in paper, and I just took my box of scraps that I had cut into strips, and most of these strips I've flagged because I make my little embellishments like this using all of these straps. So when I cut them up, I just simply cut the flags as I'm cutting them up, so they're all ready to go. So when I'm sitting here watching videos, I'll just make all of these little embellishments and stick them here. And I do use these occasionally, you know, when I'm making my books and stuff, but mainly what I use them for is goodies, or when I'm sending my swaps. I give them to people. I just give them away. So anyways, that's what this is. So I just started cutting them up and putting them on these fringed hearts. So then I got out my washi tape, and I did them much like I do my washi tape bows. I just got cardstock, put the strips on the cardstock, and you can watch that video of my washi tape bows. Cut the strips out. These are all mounted on cardstock, washi tape on cardstock, all of these. And most of these, I've cut the washi tape strips in half. Like this one is cut in half. Okay. This one is cut in half, so you get this size. These are fabric washi tapes. This one, this one, this one. I don't have a large variety of washi tape left, so I've just kind of used what I have. But when I was making this, the first one, this one, I was doing it like the video showed me, and I was just backing it on the white, and that's why there's so many layers of paper on here. And then you've got to, you know, cover up the next layer of paper. And I just thought that was a waste. It's like, well, why don't I just cut pattern paper and eliminate having to put all of these strips of paper? If I just use a piece of pattern paper underneath, this is pattern paper, I wouldn't have to have all of these really wide pieces of paper. I wouldn't have to be covering up the cardstock underneath because it's pattern, right? Makes sense to me. So that's what I started doing. I just started making my hearts out of pattern paper. Right? So this is all pattern paper. I think those are the 3 pattern papers that I used. These were just all scraps that I had already used at some point and had, you know, pretty good sized sheets left. Now anybody can make a template for a heart, right? You guys all know how to do that. You just take a piece of paper, fold it in half, and cut your heart. Anybody can do it. There's an index card. You can do any size that you want. You're gonna fold it in half. You can cut any shape you want, any size you want. You don't have to have a fancy machine. You don't have to have a fancy template. And you just simply cut your heart. Boom. You got yourself a template. Okay, trace these, cut them out. Alright, if you've got a Cricut, if you've got a die cutting machine, then you know, use that if you choose to. Now if you don't want to use your pattern paper, then you can cover it with your washi tape. You know, and if you watch my washi tape applique videos, I've showed you how you can do that. You can print out a bunch of template, you know, a sheet of templates off of your computer by using Google. You can just search for like a heart template, print out a whole sheet, cover the back of the template with the tape, and then cut it out. If you've already got a template, say you want to do, this is a 3-inch, you know, just string your tape all the way across there, turn it over, cut the extra pieces if you want to do it that way, so you can watch that video. I'll put iCards so that you guys can watch those videos if you haven't yet, to links of those. Or you can just simply use your pattern paper. This one right here is this pattern paper. This is fabric washi tape, and then this is washi tape that I didn't back onto. I just cut little strips of it. I don't know where that particular roll is. It's probably in my messy drawer here. Here it is. It's this roll that I've just cut little strips to put on the top here just to give it a little bit more color. And this one is, let's see, this one here in the back. So I've just, this is the full length of the washi tape, and I'm sure a lot of you have this print because it was one that we got at the Dollar Tree. It's right here. So this is the full length of it, or the full width of it, I'm sorry. So I mounted that on some cardstock. The reason you need to do that is because obviously your fringe isn't going to be stuck down. So that's this pattern paper, as you can see underneath. So it alleviates you having to put the longer strips of tape or paper so that there's something there on the background. Okay, I used glue. I used the same glue that I always use, which is the Elmer's Craft Bond. Now it is a little tricky because I don't have the fine tip glue bottles. I'm using this one. So what I do is I put it on the strip. Let me see if I can find one that's cut. See, here's the one that I use. This is the fabric washi tape from the Dollar Tree. I'll put it on there, and if it gets too thick, then I just simply get a toothpick and I'll brush it off to thin it out a bit, and then I'll put it down. We're going to do one together so that you can see. But that's how I did it, okay? So let's make one together. These are 2.0. These are 2-inch hearts because I want them to fit on my smaller projects. So let me put these aside. I really like the black and white polka dot. And this mat is getting really dirty. I did this so that you guys wouldn't have to look at my gross, well-used cutting mat. And I really want to get a craft mat, but I'm not going to be able to do that for a while. So I apologize for the condition of this, but it's just the way that it's going to have to be for a while. So I'm sorry that this one looks so terrible. So let's do this. This is the little flag, the little banner washi tape. And I think I'm going to cut it. And you're probably not really going to be able to tell what this is, but I'm going more for the colors in it than for the design of it. So I'm just going to cut down the middle. And I think that the new washi tapes, like the foil washi tapes, I think that those would look really pretty on this project. We're just going to cut. Okay, so you're still going to get the color of that. They still look like little flags. And then you're going to want to cut, but not all the way up to the top, obviously. Zoom in a little bit for you guys. Just want to cut little fringe. Seems like we've done this before, right? And I just do the whole strip. I figure I'm here, I'm cutting, I might as well just do the whole strip. You're not going to use the whole strip, but you'll have some left over for your next one. And I've just been using, you can alternate, and you know, we could alternate because I think the black and white polka dot looks really good to go in between these. And that's up to you. You can use one design of a washi tape, 2 or 3 if you're making a bigger heart. You can use as many different ones as you want. Most of the design paper on the back, the design paper that you've cut the heart out in, or whether you've, you know, done the washi tape applique on the back of the heart, however, whatever you're doing, or if you've just cut it out of colored paper or left it white, you know, that can be pretty too. It will show through a little bit, but that's okay. You know, it doesn't have to be completely covered. I think that if you made this with white cardstock and just a little bit of color in your washi tape, that could be really pretty too. The thing that you want to make sure of, here, let me move this up and go in just a little bit more, is you want to make sure that both the fringe and the top of the tape is fully covered. Okay, so with the glue, and again, I have this wide spout, so this isn't the easiest, but you don't have to have the newest and greatest equipment to do this. Even if you don't have the best stuff, you can still, I mean, this still can be done. So I'm not going to go all the way down to the tip. And what's nice about having the dots or the lines is you can kind of do it straight. Not that it matters, it still looks cool. Even if it's not straight, you could go vertically and it would look really cool. And I'm all out of baby wipes, so it makes life interesting. You know, and it's helpful if you let this dry, but who has the time for that? I just hold on to it, pinch it really tight, and cut. I leave this side over here, and I'll cut all that whole side when it is dry. So we're going to do that again. We're going to put a strip of glue. I just try to squeeze it as lightly as I can. But you know, it squeezes out a lot more because you just, and I make a mess. I mean, I'm not going to tell you differently. It does. It makes a freaking mess because that squirts out a lot more glue than you need. But you want to try not to get it on your fringe because you're going to need to fluff that up, and you don't want your glue holding down your fringe. Now if I wanted to alternate my washi tapes, this would have been the time to do it, but for time's sake on the video, I'm just going to go with this one tape. I didn't get it far enough over, so I'm just going to peel it, and since I have enough glue on my toothpick, I'm just going to smear that on there. Am I still in frame? Nope. Okay, so I'm just going to give that a good press. I like to turn it over to cut because I can see that line better. I'll probably cut this one off too now. This glue dries pretty quickly, so not too many worries there. Okay, so I'm going to put another one here. See, that one was better. Just got extra on that one. Okay, so go there, make sure that I'm all the way over. Looking good. I like the colors on it. When I first started doing these videos, I thought, I'm just gonna do shabby chic. That's all I'm gonna do. I like the shabby chic. I'm just gonna stick with shabby chic. And you know what? I think I've made like two shabby chic stuff because I'm so drawn to color that I just can't. I love shabby chic, and I've always dreamt of just having a house done in shabby chic, but I would miss the color. I just love the color. Now it gets tricky when you get down to all of these curves in your heart, because once you start cutting and you're only going to have glue along this top part, you want to make sure that you get some glue down where your heart, or when you cut, your fringe is going to start falling off. And then you're going to be tacking these little pieces of fringe back on, if you're like me, because I don't like to have those blank spaces. So yes, there's going to be places where your fringe is going to be stuck down, but I would rather have the color on there and it look complete than the fringe puffed up. And you'll know what I mean if I have any that pop up. It just looks funny to me. Now if that doesn't bother you, that's cool. But it bothers me to have blank spaces in it. Okay, so let's give that a good press. Now this is a good time to allow this to dry a little bit, because you're going to have to cut in between here, and you want that to be dry, or your little fringe pieces. You're dealing with little pieces of paper here. So it's good to allow that to dry a little bit. But let's go ahead and cut these two off. If you cut a little bit of that cardstock off, that's okay. I've done it. It doesn't make your heart look, I mean, you know you've cut a little bit of the edge, but it's not enough to make you even notice that you've cut any of it off. Okay, so we'll cut these edges off first. See if I lose any fringe. Nope, it looks like I did pretty good there. So this is what I have left off of that strip. So I'll be able to use it on another part. I just put it off to the side and hang on to it. Cut into the middle. Okay. You need a pretty good pair of sharp scissors for this. Looks like I did pretty good there. I don't have anything falling off yet. Now you're going to have to come up with your own method for popping this fringe up. At first what I was doing is I was holding this down with my nail, with this finger, and I was getting my other nail and kind of popping this up, and this works really good. Now if you don't have fingernails, you might want to use a tweezer or something, and just kind of like, you know, fluffing it up like eyelashes, which that helps pretty good. Okay, but then what I found is, this is my Cricut spatula. Sorry, it's got a lot of glue on it. I need to clean it off. But I like to hold on to it and just kind of flip this up. You're going to have to come up with your own method for this. Because I like for my fringe to be a little bit curly on the end, not sticking up, just, you know, straight out. I like it to have a little curl on it. And this is like really fine. See how fine that is? It can get under anything. Whenever I accidentally like glue a flip book pocket down or something, this will open it up. Like I can just stick it down in there and just get it open. I love this tool. Even if I didn't have a Cricut machine, I would still want one of these. So what this does is, if I accidentally glued some of my fringe down, I could get it back up with this tool. And then I still like to flick it with my finger. It's so fun to flick this. It's so fun to flick this stuff. I don't know why I get so much pleasure in that. I'm a weirdo sometimes. So up here is where it's really helpful, because I truly have had to glue some of this fringe down, and this just helps. I don't want to flick it off of there because like in here, it's so fragile because literally I've had to cut it down to where there's nothing holding it on there but glue. So this helps. So if you've got something like this, it's really helpful. If not, then I hope you can find something similar. If not, then just use your fingers and take your time. I mean, it's not imperative. You don't go out and just buy one of these for this purpose. That would just be silly. I'm just grateful that I have this little tool to use. But see how cute that is? Wrong way. I'm going to turn it sideways so maybe you can see the dimension it has. So I could further go in here. And if you, I don't have stickles. That's not something that I have in my stash or my craft room. But I do have this glittery washi tape, and I'm not necessarily going to go through and put this on here, but if you wanted to, if I wanted to cut little strips, I could put that along there, right? That would be really cute to put this strip of. I kind of like this one without it. I think it's really cute without it. But like on this one, I did put, this is the big 3-inch one. You probably can't see it all. But I did do that on this one, which I think came out really cute. Which other one did I put? Here, let me show you guys these ones so you can see them close up. This is cute. I used that cloud and rain tape that I got at the Dollar Tree. And some black polka dot on white background, and that one looks really cute on the black background white polka dot paper. So I think that looks really cute. And then this is that measuring tape background with the fabric purple flowers. And then this is again the black background with the white polka dots. And I used the, I had gotten this in a pocket letter. It's, the washi tape is just kind of a rainbow stripe. And I cut it in half. So that's what the fringe is. And then I got a sample of this really light purplish pink glitter washi that I cut in really small strips and put on top of the rainbow stripes. And it's on the black with white polka dot paper. So see how that looks like it's paper behind when it's really just the decorative paper. That's that one. This one, the background is this paper with the purple with white polka dot fabric washi tape from the Dollar Tree. And then again I put that purplish pink sparkly washi tape over the top of it. This one is again this background, this paper with the other, did I put it away? Yeah. With this washi from the Dollar Tree. And then I took the white with black polka dot, cut it in small strips and put above it. Okay. So that's my take on it. Even if you're using paper, I would definitely use the decorative paper as your background. It's less work. You don't have to cut as many strips of paper. Use your decorative paper as your background and then just put the fringe strips over the top of it. I think that works out so much better. And then if you guys want to see what I've done on this side of the table, let me give you a preview. Look at these little guys. Ugh, got stuff sticking to me all over the place. Let me know, and I will do another video for you. Just let me know. You don't have to even leave a comment if you don't want to. Just give me a thumbs up, and I will do another video on what I've done here. Okay? So have a good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. And God bless. Bye.